Hey everybody, Shabbat Shalom.
Hello.
It's a big Shabbat for us at Temple Beth-El. It was great to be with Cantor Adam Davis, actually on a non-virtual bima together in the main sanctuary for Shabbat with him. And we are here to do Havdalah. We're going to begin with a story and then offer the mourner's Kaddish for those in our community that are wanting to say that prayer with others, and then go into Havdalah. So take it away, Reb Meir.
All right. So a dad named Lev was returning from the town of Lutsk. And he'd gone to Lutsk, Lev did, because his rabbi wanted him to go to Lutsk for a very specific reason. It wasn't for Lev to learn Torah or Mishnah or Talmud, because Lev actually knew a lot of Jewish text. But the rabbi wanted Lev to go to Lutsk because he wanted Lev to learn how to trust in God. And so as Lev began to return from Lutsk, he was excited and thinking about all the lessons he'd learned. And as he begins to walk out of the town of Lutsk, in the distance, he sees and he hears these screams, little, just not quite beyond his eyesight. And he sees these two women, and he can't even believe his eyes because these two women are in chains. They're in chains and they're screaming. And in addition to the two women, he sees there are three guards. They're like dragging the women behind them. And he starts to holler to them, to one of the women who's looking backwards, Makara, what happened? What's going on? And he's walking towards them faster and faster. And she says, our husbands worked at the inn in the village here, and they couldn't pay their rent, and they ran away, our husbands. And they were so scared they ran away. So the owner of the village ordered these three guards to chain us, and they're going to kill us. And both the moms are screaming, and their children are walking behind them. And so Lev is running. He catches up to them, and he says to the guards, listen, let me pay. I'll pay whatever the husbands owe. Please let me pay. So he takes out the cash in his pocket. It's 150 rubles. It's a lot of money. The guards say, no, it's not enough. You owe us twice that. He's like, oh, right, you and I owe you, and I promise I only live the next town over. I'll be back tomorrow and give you the money. No, you either pay us now, we're going to complete the job we're commissioned to do. So Lev, not only does he have the 150 rubles that are in cash, he pulls out the coins. He's got a new coat on. He has boots on. He shows up all to them, and they say, okay, this is probably worth more than 300 rubles. We'll accept this. The two wives are relieved. Their children are relieved. Lev is incredibly relieved. And he walks back to town for them to be able to go home. But Lev has the rest of his journey. He's got to return to his home a couple towns away. And he starts to walk, and it gets late in the afternoon, in the evening, and he stops at an inn. You of course realize that returning home with no money and no boots and no watch and no coat is not nearly as comfortable as it was the journey there. He gets to the inn, knocks on the door of the inn. The innkeeper opens the door. Sir, could I spend the night with you? I don't have any money. The innkeeper says, no, I'm sorry, I can't give you a bed if you have no money, but I will let you sit next to the fireplace for the night. Lev is grateful. He goes and sits next to the fireplace. He's exhausted, of course, and it turns out there's a man who comes and is sitting there with him as well. And they start talking, and Lev tells him the story about his learning in Lutsk, and there's two women who are being dragged in chains, and he pays for them. And the man says to him, you know what? Your town, the home where your town is, on the way is the town of Brisk. Brisk is a very famous town in Jewish history. Some of our relatives, no doubt, have family who lived in Brisk 100, 200 years ago. This merchant says to Lev, listen, I received an inheritance, and I have a cousin who lives in Brisk, and I have not been able to get there to deliver to my cousin his portion of the inheritance. Could I give you his portion of the inheritance? You on your way home to your town, you'll stop in Brisk. Hopefully, it won't take you any additional time, and then I'll pay you in addition for your generous favor. Lev says, "Of course, I don't. Even if you didn't pay me, I would do this for you." So the man gives Lev, the merchant gives Lev the inheritance money, and Lev actually, he sews it into his shirt so that no one would find it. If he got stopped and someone, was trying to steal it from him or rob him. And he wakes up the next morning, he heads off to Brisk, and he gets to Brisk and he starts asking the first few people in the town, "Do you know so-and-so, the merchant's cousin?" No one knows this person. And he's wondering, he's like, is there some chance I'm misremembering? It wasn't Brisk, it was some other day. Sure, it's where the merchant told him to go. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, no one. He's talked to every person who lives on all the outskirts of the town, in the middle of town. He's so upset with himself, Lev, because how did I leave the town of Lutsk without getting the name of the merchant, his constant way to contact him? He's so upset with himself. Anyway, he heads back to his hometown. He greets his wife and his children, and he's excited to go to the rabbi. He sits down with the rabbi and he tells the rabbi all the lessons that he learned. He tells about how to have faith in God. He tells the rabbi the story about these women who were chained and how he was able to free them, and about the merchant and about this inheritance he was supposed to deliver in the town of Brisk. And he's like, "Rabbi, I feel so bad. I haven't fulfilled what I promised the merchant. What am I supposed to do?" And the rabbi leans back in his chair. He offers a warm smile to Lev, and he says, "Lev, you've learned your simple lesson about how to have trust in God. As for the money, Lev, it's yours." And I was like, "Rabbi, this is not my money. How could I take it?" And Lev says, "There's a reason, Lev, that you didn't find the merchant's cousin. There is no cousin. There is no merchant. There is no inheritance. The man who you met, that was an angel. That was an angel, Lev. So, Lev, I want to close with this message for you. This money is yours because something happens when we perform a mitzvah. When you paid the debt of these women in chains and then saved them from death, something happened. Lev, angels are created by every good deed. Our good deeds create angels. The merchant was an angel created by your mitzvah. And so the money, it's meant for you. Use it well and with great joy."
Good one. Okay, before Havdalah, offering Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, for anyone who's wanting to think about a loved one, perhaps someone who was an angel for them. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Bi'alma divra chilutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala ubizman kariv yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'miran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'alko Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Here we go.
We're going to create some Havdalah angels.
And this interesting Midrash that I taught on Friday night, that Pinchas, our zealous warrior for God, some interpret that he actually never died, but became Eliyahu Hanavi. So it's an interesting
He's
time
here.
to invoke.
Elijah is here at every time we make Havdalah, to be reminded and see for himself that we as loving Jews, every mitzvah we do, Elijah is meant to witness it and recognize that we work so hard to try to make our tradition as rich and meaningful and full of family and love and joy. So feel Elijah's presence.
Hine el Yeshuati eftach velo echad ki ozi v'zimratya vayehi li Yeshua ushavtem mayim b'sason mimayne ha-Yeshua l'Adonai ha-Yeshua lamcha v'chatecha selam Adonai Tzevaot, Imanu Miskav Lanu Elohei Yaakov Selah. Adonai Tzevaot Ashrei Adam Botei Hafar. Adonai Hoshia Melech Yamenu B'Yom Koreinu. La Yehudim Haita Ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar ken tieh lanu kol yeshuot esau v'shem Adonai ekra kol yeshuot esau v'shem Adonai ekra. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri agafen Borei peri agafen Yai lai la 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 Yai lai la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei minei besamim Borei minei besamim Yai lai la 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 Yai lai la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Borei meorei ha'esh.
Borei meorei ha'esh Borei meorei ha'esh Yai lai la 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 Yai lai la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol ben ol lechoshech ben Yisrael amim ben yom hashvi'i לששת ימי המעשה. ברוך אתה אדוני.
המבדיל בין קודש
לכל.
Hard key for me.
girls. That's love. When your husband sings in your key. Okay. You can pick the key.
Kodesh. Ben Kodesh L'chol. Chatotenu Yimchol.
Zarenu lechosbenu. Yarbech hachol.
V'chakochavim balayla. Eliyahu Hanavi. Eliyahu Atishbi. Eliyahu, Eliyahu,
Eliyahu Agiladi. Bimera
Ve'amenu, Yavo Aleinu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi. Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Agiladi.
Shavua Tov,
Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, a good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. So we're in a very serious time in the Jewish calendar. We're in the 3 weeks leading up to Tisha B'Av, commemorating the destruction of the first and second temples and so many other tragic moments. It's really a time of reflecting inward, thinking about how we can be agents for healing instead of agents for destruction, a pretty relevant theme in these challenging days. And thinking if you'd like to have coffee with a clergy who is not the Feldmans, but who is Cantor Davis, you can join him. Great opportunity to connect with them, get to know them.
Via Zoom.
Incredibly special.
11:30 on Wednesday. And then there's also, I think, opportunities for a meet and greet via Zoom before Friday night services. I think that begins at 6:15. The website or your most recent email has all those details. So
stay safe, enjoy yourselves.
Stay hopeful.
Shavua Tov.
Shavua
Have a wonderful
Tov.
week.